I'm Tan Ujam. I'm a musician, songwriter, music producer, and DJ. Well, I started with music at a very young age. I was basically forced by my parents to take piano lessons. Thanks, by the way. And then I started with piano. Later on, I took guitar lessons. Then I learned how to play bass and drums. And everything developed really fast. I grew up in a southern German city, and we had lots of American influences because of the barracks surrounding us. So I got in touch with a lot of American music, hip-hop, urban music at a very young age, and I just locally started producing and writing with some artists that were around, and soon some manager got the attention of some manager, and then not some manager, actually a big manager of a big group, and then he invited us in and we performed and did a remix job for him on spec, meaning we just tried out, and all of a sudden they took it. I was 17 or 18 and had my first job in the music business. And that led to even more work, of course. Then I was suddenly in the game, and then I relocated because I wanted to work more international. I relocated to Canada, to Vancouver, met some songwriters there that brought me to LA, and I was also producing a Canadian boy group which went platinum with 20. And then I went to LA, was working there and writing and just honing my craft, getting better. When I met a German guy who brought me back to Hamburg. I was in Hamburg, worked for Universal Records a lot, and they gave me my first German chart entry when I was 22. And then, work just continued coming. This was an exciting time, and I was able to work with British artists too. I stayed in London a while. I was always back and forth between New York and Germany. And now, after all this time now, I'm basically relocated here to Berlin, which is my home right now. Right now, because I follow the music wherever it takes me. I personally like all kinds of music, you know. I grew up with various music, so right now I'm trying to mix like my hip-hop, sort of urban, disco, funk roots with more electronic music, be it house, electro, club music, and try to mix it together into something new or fresh. And I call it the soundtrack maybe of 21st century music, if you want to say. And if you do music, the main thing to remember is if the pretty girls dance to your music, you're on the right way. So I basically live and work for, I call them two magic moments, the key moments. You're in the studio, you start with a groove, a vibe, the instruments come together, you get excited, that feeling, it's the magic moment, you know, you're onto something, you know? Even better sometimes, like sometimes you're alone when you have that feeling, or with a few people only. Even better feeling is if you share the same energy, the same vibe with more people. You play your music via radio, TV, or the live show, DJ set. They feel it, the people, like, they get it, they let go, the energy goes back and forth. It makes them feel happy, it makes me feel happy, and for a while, like, they just go to a different place, you know. I take them away, and it's that magic moment. Music to me is also an experience, you know. I like to compare it to a DJ set. You build something, you feel out the room, the vibe, the people, you create dynamics, you work towards a goal, a peak. Sometimes you surprise people with a little twist at the end. When I work for brands, I try to do the same, you know. Try to understand the full story, the bigger picture, the vision, the people, and then I add my interpretation as a musician. Yeah, Berlin in the past years has been an incredible source of inspiration. It's so international here, it's multicultural. Me being of Asian background, you know, I was always the odd one out, the only Asian at school. Here there's so many different people, different Asians, and I just like the international flair here, you know. Berlin also, as you know, like it has a really interesting art, fashion, music scene. So everyone sort of comes here and does their thing, you know. Everyone has their own unique story. In the best case, you live and learn from each other, and it's a very creative community, and that's why I think so many artists relocate here, work from here, and try to have that Berlin vibe. And I like to leave you with one sentence: music is the answer.